Hey guys, it's Jason with Smoking Eagles Rod Shop, coming to you from my home shop here in Napanee, Indiana. We've gotten a lot done on the Elco, and I'd like to keep that momentum going. Today, I think we're going to work on this gas tank right there. I'm going to get it mounted in the bed, and I want to run the hard lines from the front surge tank to the bed underneath the car. I'm still going to have to make lines inside the bed, but the two things I'd like to get accomplished today is the fuel cell mounted back there and some hard lines ran underneath the car. I think that's doable. I've actually done this before. I did this in Susbug. and it's kind of a funny story because I didn't know what size fuel lines I should be running, so I just thought bigger was better. So Sus actually has like 1/2 inch hard lines from the tank, and all the AN lines on the fuel rail and whatnot are 8 AN as well. So it's like it's all monster sized. Hey, when you don't know, you don't know. So this one's actually going to get -6 and or 3/8 hardline. So we're going to try that. I also have a flare tool that I bought for flaring a 37 degree. The other ones I used was kind of like a compression fitting onto the aluminum line. I didn't like the way those felt. Like when you're doing it and you're tightening it up, you're just like, man, this is sketchy. So this is an actual flare tool. It actually puts a 37, which is an AN, and then you can just screw it to an AN. So I'm sure I can screw that up. So I think we might need to practice a few goes before we get official about it. But yeah, let's get to mounting that fuel cell, and yeah, let's get to doing that first, and then we'll look at what we can do after that. How about that? Let's go. Time lapse. Okay guys, I think that's a pretty good location for it. I got the holes drilled, I got the bolts in there. Sometimes when you're working with yourself and you got to be inside the car and outside the car at the same time, do something like that so that you can then, I'm probably gonna fall. So I got those holes drilled, guys. And sometimes when you're working outside the car and you're by yourself and you need to be inside the car too, just a little pair of channel locks will do ya. You just slap those guys on there, and then you can run inside here, and you can start your washer and nuts and whatnot. This is something I'm not real good at. That finger's not working real great yet. This way you can be in 2 spots at one time. You can you can hold that nut and get it tight from this side. Oh yeah, that's how you do it when you're working by yourself, guys. Now that guy's tight. What do you think? Does that look good right there? I chose a little offset to the driver's side and turning the battery that way because I plan on adding some kind of additional cooling at some point to this side. So let me finish that last bolt up, and then we can get to looking at our hard line situation. Okay guys, so here's our hard line situation. We got some hard line from Summit, we got some Summit little floating cones, and we got some caps, and we got this Summit tool for making 37-degree flares. I'm not real sure how to use it yet, but let's go on an adventure and figure it out. I was going to just start running line, but I thought, you know what, I better see if I can even make a flare first. So I got a little cutter. Let's cut some off of this, and let's see what we can do. Yeah, see, this stuff's real soft, guys. It's pretty simple to just get it straight. If you need to make a sharp, nice bend, a simple little tool like that will do you just fine. So it says to cut it off. I'm just going to take about 2 inches or so here. Use a little cut-off tool. Yeah, I've never actually, I don't think I've ever done a 37-degree flare for an AN fitting before, but I've flared plenty of pipe before, so I just figure it's probably gonna be pretty simple and straightforward. So following those instructions, it said to deburr this. Make sure you get that nice and deburred. I just take a countersink bit, just give her the old ream job. It does the job. It's what I've always used. And you do that. Get a nice chamfer on that inside edge. It says to pick the correct hole, which is 3/8. It says to run it up here to where it's flush. It says to put that in there where it's flush. So pay special attention to that. I know that'll screw your flare up pretty quick. So make sure that that guy's good and flush. Tighten these guys down. And then tighten those down all the way. Guy's good and flush. Not sure how I'm supposed to get that on there. Oh, there it goes. I always kind of keep this a little loose to make sure you get it nice and centered in there. You get it right there where it starts to catch. And you kind of give her the old wiggle. And then once you've done that, then you can give it the old ram job. Oh wow, that stuff moves pretty quick. Back her out, see what it looks like. I'd say that looks like it. Let's hit it one more time. Let's give it one more go. Do it once. Give it a second. Heave ho. Yeah. It's like a 37-degree flare, guys. I mean, I figured it's pretty simple, but hey, it's worth trying on a piece first, right? Let's see what kind of damage it did to the outside. Wow, that really boogered her up out there. Put a floating cone on there. Okay, that guy's gonna float. Let's grab one of these nuts. Let's slide that guy over there. Yep, those guys go right in there. And then I got some bulkheads, because that's how I'm going to get through the bed and whatnot. Yeah, it seems to, I mean, there's no major leaks. I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. This guy's a 37 degree as well, so you can kind of just hit it with that and clean it up quick, and that makes it even better. So there we go. What do you think? Graded my Flair job, guys. Leave it in the comments below. How well did I do? Think she'll seal? I think it'll seal. So now we just got to run some line. We got some bulkheads to put in, and yeah, I think we can accomplish that. I think that should be doable. So let's figure out where we want the line to go now. Dun dun dun. So guys, I popped those bulkheads through right in the back corner of the old Elco. They pop out down in that compartment underneath, and then I should be able to shoot straight down and get to the frame. And then once I run down the frame, I should be able to pop up right inside here and run up to here. And then off camera, I made this little guy. It's just a little bracket to hold another set. And I'm gonna put this guy right about here. And then that way I can run soft lines again up to my surge tank. I'm not real sure how I'm gonna get a drill in there to drill that, but that's where we're at. That way I have hard line that kind of follows the frame. And then like if I ever need to move this thing, I can move it, or if one of the, like if I ran hard line all the way to this and something got damaged, I would have to run a whole hard line. So this gives me kind of a start and a stop for my hard line. And then that way I'm not, how to say, if it gets damaged and I need to replace a little bit of it, I'm not replacing the whole darn thing. So I think that little bracket right there should go nice right down there. And then I can just connect my hard line, tuck it up under that frame. Bada bing, bada boom. It's gonna pop up in here. As you can see, those guys pop up right through there. Should be a straight shot down, right through the floor, right to the frame. And then again, I can run soft line back here. I run braided flex line back here. And then that way, you know, I don't have to worry about it getting damaged. So I'm probably going to set you guys up underneath the car, and you guys can watch me worm around and try to get this this solid line braided out, rolled out and in place. Not real sure how I'm going to do that yet, but that's what I'm about to have to do. So here we go, more time lapse for you kids. Okay guys, I got those on there. Wasn't a really good angle to film from, so those are there now. So now I just need to start running line. I'm gonna get you under the car again, but now we're on to running line. I think that came out pretty slick. All right guys, so here we are. We got one connected. I got to put an end on that other one. I got them ran underneath the frame. Now tucked in there really nice. I said, and then they pop out right here. They pop out right here. They're gonna come right up here. And then I gotta terminate them on those ends. So this little section is gonna be in the danger zone. So we're gonna put some heat wrap on that. Just because it's close enough, I don't wanna worry about it. Other than that, I got one end made already. I gotta make the other 3 ends, and that's gonna be my hard lines. So let me make those connections. This is where it gets hairy, because like you mess up and you don't have enough left over, and next thing you know, you got way too much of that out there to rerun. That's a real pain in the butt. I did get in a little bit of a jam. I forgot that you got to look for what you got to go over first, and I needed to go over the transmission, and I was like, oops. So I actually connected it and then ran it. But yeah, I think that's going to look good when it's done, and I'm okay with that. Let's go pop out right back here. Let's go to the tank. So soft line from there, hard line under the car, hard line pops out here, hard line connects to those, and then soft line again. So let me get to making those connectors. Okay guys, there they are connected. Now I was just testing out a fitting right there to run up to my tank. So I'm going to do a 45 to a 150, 45 to a 150. And then they're tucked right through there. That's where they are up in the front. I put some heat shield on them underneath that header. Make sure they don't get too hot. Yeah, and then I got the ends on that other back one in there. And yeah, it's connected. Kind of hard to see. It's not in a great spot. But yeah, that's where we're at. I was playing around with some hose that I just had laying around. So that's a 120 down to a 45 in the filter, and then the filter's going to go right in there. I'll probably pick that filter. I'll probably shorten that hose up and mount that filter on that back wall, probably around in here. So yeah, but that's that. So hose from the tank. The tank has a little 250 liter per hour pump in it, and that's going to pump. So it's filtered in the tank, 100 micron. It goes through the 250 liter. It goes to a 10 micron. It then goes in the tube. It goes down to this tank, and it'll fill in one, and it'll return in the other, and now return back to that tank. And then this is a 440 liters per hour pump, and that'll be the high pressure going from this little tank in those lines up to the carb, or not carb, but throttle body pressure regulator, and return back to there as well. So you kind of have a little short loop. You have a little short loop of high pressure, and then you have kind of a long loop of almost no pressure. And then this tank will stay basically air free, because it'll always be pushing in and returning from it, so any air will get out of there. And yeah, this little tank back here will feed that little front tank, and that helps you do burnouts and such without putting any air in the fuel and starving the engine. It's very common for drift cars and road race cars to have a surge tank. It seems like the right application for burnouts as well. So yeah, here we go. Essentially we're 3 lines back here, 1 2 3 lines back here, and 2 lines up here, and the fuel system will be completed. Then we're down to adding power to stuff. That means we're getting close to just making wires really quickly. I think that's going to be it for today, guys. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. That's a lot of work. It seems pretty simple and straightforward, but you know, it gets kind of stressful sometimes. You find yourself in a jam. Just take your time, do it right, and it'll pay off. I'm really happy with the progress today. I can start looking to make up some the last of my little connector lines, and hoses are gonna be done, guys. On to wiring. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Thanks for following along. Man, I can't wait to see this thing do a burnout. It's getting close, guys. It's super close now. Yeah, thanks for following along. Till next time. Yeah, thanks, guys.